Being disciplined ruined my life. It was October 2023 when I started posting content on YouTube. I followed the strict routine. I wake up at 5 a.m. I record for an hour. I post it on social media and YouTube. And then I go to gym, lift heavy weights for just an hour. I go to university, come back home and sleep. I repeat the discipline, the routine for the next 6 months, and it ruined my life because now I don't know what I need to do. Now I'm not a creative person. I follow my own script. There's no difference between me like normal people. They follow the script that most people still following. They go to school, get good grades, get a job, and then they get a mortgage, they get married. I follow my own script. I wake up, I record content, I post it on YouTube. I go to gym, I go to university, come back home and I go sleep. There's no meaning to it because I created my own script and I followed it over and over again. And that is the reason why I never see results. Your life look like this. You wake up at 7 a.m. You prepare to commute to your office job. And then you spend 8 hours to work on something that you don't even care, right? You come back home, you eat some food, you go sleep. You repeat the cycle over and over again. It's been 10 years and you never realize that you're following the script, right? I'm not saying that you got to escape your 9-to-5 job, start a business. I'm not saying that you got to build your own portfolio, you got to build your own agency, whatever it is, right? So what I want you to realize is that you're too lazy to start something new because you normalize your current situation. You normalize waking up early to prepare to commute to your 9-to-5 job. You normalize come back home and watch some movies, eating junk food and go sleep. You never exercise, you never learn new skills. Maybe you start posting content on social media. Maybe it's as simple as just learning how to play a guitar, right? Maybe it's just have a conversation with your friends, with your family. You forget all this because you're so comfortable with your current situation. There is no urgency. And that's the reason why you feel stuck. You don't improve. You want to improve. You know what you need to do. You need to wake up early. You need to read books about business. You need to create content on social media. You need to create more value on society so that you can achieve your goals faster. But you don't do it because that comfort kills creativity. So what you need to do instead is simple. Just get discomfort. Maybe start posting content on social media. Maybe start a conversation with strangers. Maybe it's just go to that cafe and have conversation with everyone. So you're afraid of taking action. You're afraid of doing something new. And that's the reason why you never make results in the first place. Because you're being comfortable with your current situation. You wake up, commute, work, come back home, sleep. You repeat the cycle over and over again. There is no creativity. Maybe you've done good habits. You start going to gym, but you don't see results. Not because you're lazy, not because you procrastinate, but because you don't put yourself in uncomfortable situation. You don't push that weight hard enough. You're just doing the same thing over and over again and it's comfortable for you, and that's the reason why you never make progress in the first place. See, if you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, if you put yourself in discomfort, see how much progress you could have made. But instead, you're being comfortable with your current situation. You don't want to push hard enough because it's uncomfortable. You don't want to feel that negative emotion that forces you to take action. You don't want to open up your phone and start posting content on social media. You don't want to go to that bookstore and buy a book about business, marketing, social science, communication, whatever it is, right? You're being comfortable with your current situation and you're not stuck. And here's how you can get out of that situation. Here's how you can escape that. Just do boring activities. Just do boring work. So what I did to fix this is that I wake up and I do 1 hour of boring work. I started posting content on social media. I started recording video, but now without a script. I just open up my phone and start recording. I just give out my lessons, my knowledge, my information out for free. I just want to help people. So maybe for you is to create some leverage, to create some value in your life. Maybe it's true freelance job or content creation like what I'm doing right now. Then you do 1 hour of fitness. You follow the workout routine to build an aesthetic body. You don't want to be like power lifters or bodybuilders. You don't want to build as much muscle mass as possible. You want to look aesthetic, you want to look good so people can trust you, people want to work with you, people want to give you money because you look good, you're handsome, you're beautiful, whatever it is, right? So it's just 1 hour of work, 1 hour of fitness, which you push your limits. You write down your progress on the spreadsheet. You make it very specific for every exercise. You just don't go to the gym and lift heavy weights without tracking your macros, your diets, your workout movements, but you track everything. Then you do 1 hour of self-education. You can read a book about business. You can listen to business podcasts and write it down. The things, the lessons that you've learned from the podcast. And more importantly, you take action. Without action, you won't ever make results. And I've done this for years. I listen to business podcasts, I read self-improvement books, I read business books, but I never take action in the first place. I just procrastinate, I just listen to information without taking action. And that's one thing that kills your progress. Not taking action. So now you do 1 hour of boring work, maybe you start posting content on social media or even do freelance job. You do 1 hour of fitness. You follow the specific workout routine to build an aesthetic body because you don't want to be like 99% of people. You don't want to be like power lifters, bodybuilders. You don't want to have as much muscle mass as possible. You want to look attractive. You want to look good so people can perceive you better. You can make more money because you look good, people trust you, people build connection with you and they trust you, right? Then you level up your knowledge through self-education. You listen to business podcasts, you read self-improvement books or business books. Just build your knowledge high enough so that people want to work with you. People trust you because you have this big level of knowledge. You know everything about life. Not everything, but you know specifically about social science. You know specifically about business, how you can maximize profits in a company, right? So you now have the specific skills. You now have the specific knowledge. You can use that knowledge. You can use that information and your skills to make more money, right? You see the fundamental here. I'm not telling you to start a business. I'm not telling you to do this one habit that will change your life forever. It's just system, just 3 hour system that will change your life in just maybe 3 months. 3 months you can change your life by following this 3 hour workday system. So if this is you, if your life look like this when you wake up in the morning, you just prepare, you commit to your 9-to-5 job, and then you spend 8 hours. And on weekends, you don't know what you need to do. You want to start a business, you have money, but you don't know what type of business you want to start. You can DM me on Instagram, link in the description below. Let's have a conversation and I can help you with that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.